Are the devs going to start controlling trade values? Will they add a reset button in public servers? How could Peli be made more useful? I'll be discussing all of these questions in today's video. So let's get right into it. GPO developers Benir and Kuro recently posted some responses to a few player questions. In today's video, I'll be talking about their responses and what they could mean for the future of Grand Peace Online. The first topic tackled is the usefulness of Peli. The post referenced discusses making things like devil fruit removers and stat point resets be purchasable with Peli. He also goes one step further and proposes making it so that you can sell your fruits for Peli to an in-game vendor. You may be wondering, why would anyone want to sell their fruits for Peli? But once you consider how low the value of common fruits like string, kilo, and suke are, then it becomes a little bit more understandable. I mean, think about how many, on average, kilos, strings, and sukes get thrown into the ocean every single day. That's a lot of fruits that are just wasted. I personally think allowing players to sell fruits is a great idea, but I think for this to make sense, the value of Peli would need to be increased drastically. Making things like devil fruit remover and stat point resets purchasable with Peli would be a great start, and of course, an increase in max Peli would also be needed. Moving on, the next topic discussed is trade values. Kuro says that he thinks there should be an equal trade bot in order to keep trade values officially consistent and decrease the likelihood that people lose in trades. However, I personally think that constructing an official value bot would be very difficult because of how subjective the values actually are in the game. How do you go about deciding on a price for collectible items like prestige candy cane? Also, what about accessories that are largely irrelevant like Buggy's cape? I just don't see an equal trade bot working in any way that makes sense to me. I also think that it would be likely to be an underused system, as people would prefer to base their items values based on trends rather than a set value, as this is much more likely to allow them to trade upwards rather than just keeping a steady trade line and never actually having their inventories go up in value. The amount of times I've heard stories of people going from having a low value item to all of a sudden an inventory full of super rare valuable collectibles, it's surprising. The final idea that is brought up is the idea of a reset button. It is made clear that Kuro is tired of waiting for a shark every time he drowns, and he wants a quick reset. I personally don't want this button only because carrying around players who are not, it's just too funny. However, I can understand Kuro's frustration. Perhaps if you drown in water, you could instead just skip the knock stage and go straight to death, like in Deepwoken. Alright, well that was all the important stuff mentioned recently in Dev Answer. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I hope you have a great day, evening, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.